Delighted to have you back on the big story here on Quest today, right here on Quest Television. I am Marvelous Akme, and today on the big story, it's going to be quite an interesting one. Yes, and that is because we have something interesting we want to look at. But before we head straight to that, it would interest you to know that the Niger State Police Command has arrested a suspected kidnapper in Kotagora local government area of the state. The spokesperson of the command, SP Wasiu Abiodun, who disclosed this in a statement at the weekend, said the suspect, Nasiru Isiaka, and members of the gang invaded Sabongeri village and killed a victim and kidnapped two others. And according to the PPRO, the suspect, who hails from Sabongeri village, was arrested when he visited one of the rescued victims in his home and was identified to be one of the kidnappers. I mean, I don't know what's behind that. How does a kidnapper go visit his victim? You kidnap someone, you release them, and then you go to their home to pay a sympathy visit, and then they recognize you when you get arrested. I don't know. Some persons will say that African black magic in play, but that's not my opinion at all. But it's quite an interesting one. The suspect was arrested in connection with the kidnapping incidents that occurred on December 29, 2024, at the same village where some armed men invaded the village, shot a victim dead, and kidnapped two others. But they were later rescued through a joint security effort. And well, after the rescue, the suspect felt it was okay to go visit the victims at their home, and he was identified to be one of the kidnappers. Well, on him was found one locally made gun, and presently he has been transferred to the police headquarters in Mina for an in-depth investigation and prosecution. Well, I find that quite shocking. You kidnapped someone and then you went on to go visit them after they got released. I really don't get the idea behind that. I don't know if that's supposed to be a part of the business. But away from that, we were talking about mining. But before we head straight to mining, we have reports that 3 persons have been killed and many were injured yesterday as an explosion rocked a Niger mining site. Yes, at least 3 persons have died, while others sustained injuries after an explosion at Sabon Pegi community in Mashegu local government area of Niger State. Well, according to sources from the area, the incident happened around 8 a.m. on Sunday when an explosive device allegedly belonging to miners exploded, killing 3 people. And those affected included a woman, a man, and a young boy who all died on the spot, while several others were injured and about 40 houses were affected, including parked vehicles. When contacted, the Director General of Niger State Emergency Management Agency, Abdullah Ara, confirmed the incident. That's a really sad one. Well, that's it on 3 killed and many injured. Talking about mining and illegal mining and all of that, that will take us to our discussion for this morning. So this is me officially welcoming you to today's edition of The Big Story, where we look into the issue of double standards in the management of Nigeria's natural resources. So recently, the Nigerian Senate had accused the federal government of adopting double standards in its handling of illegal activities in the country, ruthlessly tackling illegal oil bunkering while showing some sort of leniency towards illegal mining operations. Now, why the double standards? The allegation was made by Senator Adams Oshomole, who is the chairman of the Senate Committee on Interior, during the budget report presentation by Senator Samson Ekong, who is the chairman of the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals Development, to the Senate Committee on Appropriation. Yeah, from the video, Oshomole was seen expressing frustration over the government's inadequate response to illegal mining, warning that the nation's efforts to diversify its economy would remain a mirage unless the issue was addressed decisively. Before we introduce our guest for this morning, let's go take a listen to that video of Senator Adams Oshomole talking about how double standards are seen in the handling of issues regarding illegal mining and illegal bunkering. I don't know if my producer can let me know if that video is ready. Let's just head straight to that.
We don't have solid minerals, even in the south. But what I observe, whereas the federal government is ruthless with people who are doing illegal oil bunkering, and they deploy JTF to deal with those involved in illegal bunkering. When it comes to illegal mining of solid mineral, the federal government changes. It's like using different standards. And I'm very angry about that. Because if we have to fight, deploy army, even to kill, for anyone who is involved in illegal buckering of oil, and you deploy JTF, a combination of army, police, air force, everybody, why are we allowing illegal mining in many parts of the country that is going on? And they are being manned by retired generals, and we know them. Yes, we know them. Nobody can pretend doesn't know them.
Oh, wow. Well, that's quite an interesting one. The discrepancy has raised concerns over the consistency of law enforcement and the protection of Nigeria's natural resources. You heard from Oshomole. Why JTF? Well, joining us today to discuss this issue is a public analyst and convener of Integrity Group of Delta State, Dr. Oke Idawene. Good morning to you, Dr. Oke Idawene. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, good morning to you. Good morning to viewers, listeners at home.
All right, thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. So let's get right into it. I saw when you giggled when you talked about the Joint Task Force, the JTF, handling issues of illegal mining. But then when it comes, illegal refining, but then when it comes to illegal mining, it seems like they sort of go soft. When one is your last born, you have to go soft on that one, and the other one is your. Why do you think that there is a double standard? Why is there a double standard? Is it that one is maybe more deadly, the other one is less deadly? Why do you think that there is a double standard here?
Yeah, I want to differ with Senator Adams Oshomole a little.
Okay.
I want to take it holistically that in all, the federal government has failed in containing economic sabotage to the Nigerian economy till date. Whether it is oil bunkering, mining in the north, other solid minerals, they have paid deaf ear pretentiously.
Pretentiously?
Yes, pretentiously, because there is what we call a kickback in all these things. When you see issues that refuse to be tackled in a long period of time, you know that those in the end of the affair are also part of what they're doing.
Indeed.
This arrangee party thing has to continue. So I don't want to go in double standard. Whipping is whipping there. Even the whipping is also pretentious. It's not a sincere outcry. Because if it's a sincere outcry, it would have tackled it that even the oil bunkering is still on the high rise till date.
Okay.
But it is now sophisticated. It is now a way that you see those you are asked, you give someone fish to keep for you. The person eats the fish and creates alibi, creates avenues to kind of protect, give you documentation that you will not suspect the person. Let me just take an instance. The kidnapper that went to visit the victim
yes,
is also the same cosmetic measures or logical reason that if I had kidnapped, why will I come to visit you?
Yes.
Now, if I am the one protecting the oil bunkering and the mining in the country, why will I steal it? Meanwhile, it is the one eating the kola nut is inside the kola nut. Let me go local a little. So you see, it is not a double standard. It is a thing that they have decided to gag us economically to make sure that the country bleeds day and night. You produce maybe 10,000 barrels per day, as a case, maybe 2 million barrels per 5 million barrels per day, and you're selling 1.2 million barrels per day. The other crude, where is it going to? There are places in Netherlands that we know they carry the crude to.
Yes.
The place in the world we know, government knows that our crude go to illegally. What have they done about it? The Nigerian waters, is it rocket science to be protected? So the thing is, whether it is oil bunkering or it is the mining issue, is appalling that we have failed the nation. And this generation of leaders, like he did accuse that they know generals that are doing illegal mining. The same generals are also involved in oil bunkering.
Wow.
The same general. Then the same persons are also involved in different nefarious activities against the country. Even the dollarization of Nigeria, they are all involved. So they keep amassing wealth illegally against you and I, and they expect a nation without crime. How do you go about that? I'm not supporting crime, but the government should stand up and say, no, enough of this. But when you want to raise a way of containing them, you now see, because he that calls for equity must come with clean hands. You, the president, or you that is leader of the nation, or whoever that you are part of what is going on, and you want to say, let us stop it. How do you stop it? Until our leaders remove their hands from such activities, they cannot stop it.
So you're saying that while the Female is claiming that there's a tougher stance on illegal oil bulkering, it's not as tough as, it's just as tough as the illegal oil mine. Like you're saying that there is no double standards, or one is not higher than the other.
What I'm trying to say here is that I only agree partially with him by saying in the north there are no JTFs to contain illegal mining.
Okay.
But what I'm holistically taking is that both the crude oil theft and the mining is still ongoing till date.
Okay.
Still ongoing to date. Whatever you are seeing are cosmetic measures. If you go deep, you get what I'm talking about. The crude oil produced in Nigeria is not what is declared every day on the air. So what I'm trying to say is that he cried that they use JTF in the southern part. Usually like that. If you come to the southern part, you see more security awareness here.
Yes.
What you really notice is relaxed. As I'm coming out from here to here, from government house to this place, some RRS has stopped me. If I was just a nobody, I would have been delayed there. I just put out my ID card. I said, okay, Oga, be going. So if I have no ID card, what would have happened? I told him I'm going for an interview. He said, what is interview? I just put out my ID card. Okay, don't be. I said that for minutes there. So what am I trying to say here is usually like that. So the double standard is crying about now is not today it has started. Until the Southerners agree that the federal government agrees that every part of the country is treated equally. Then they say insincerity in governance. We're talking about here.
Yes.
No matter how we cry here, Lord Ludo sang the song. He said you go to the treaty, you open the books, you sign the books, you keep the books, open the cupboard, keep them in the cupboard. If the heart is not changed, the books you have signed, you sign them for nothing. The federal government, the government of today, it has been happening for years and years. And those in government now have been part of all these things till date. So how can the leopard wipe away his black spots? It's $1 million question.
That's indeed.
So it's like I said, we are disappointed, but we still have hope in Nigeria. So the illegal mining and illegal bunkering, as the case may be, are one of the most dangerous economic sabotage
All right.
to our economy. The leakages we got there is hell way too much.